Hi, I'm Christian Guzman, and I approve of the Board Shorts and Banter podcast.
Let's have it, Josh.
Welcome back to the Board Shorts and Banter podcast with your host, myself, WMBF Pro World Champion in the medium height class, Mr. Josh Croggan, and UKIP professional, Tom Stockton.
Yeah! The crowd
Up
goes
the
wild.
UKIP.
Oh, yeah. Baby. How are we? The intro's still playing, but we're going to keep rolling with it. My name
Turn
is
the intro off. It's making your audio sound terrible. There we go. Hi, Tom. How you doing, mate?
I'm very well, mate. First and foremost, I just want to apologise, everyone, for my B-Tech setup today. I haven't got my headphones. I don't have my mic. Currently on the road. But we're making it work regardless because we are not missing an episode, are we, Josh? Ever. Ever.
No. And never, ever.
How many more years do you reckon we're going to be doing this for?
Probably like maybe 2.
Do you reckon?
My predictions are 2, and then one of us is going to end up having a child. I don't know which one, and then that's going to end up scuppering the podcast because you're going to be like, "Oh, but childcare, I've got this."
No, let's not forecast that. Does Mr. Joe Rogan have children?
I don't know.
Yeah, he does.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Of course, he has children. He does. Yeah.
What's his kids called? Jeff.
My name's Jeff. I don't know, mate. I haven't got a
Joe
clue.
Jr.
However, if you're forecasting that for this podcast already, mate, then I'm done.
He has 3 daughters.
Jesus.
Rosie, Lola, and Kasia.
Kasia
Rose.
Cajun chicken.
So he's got Rosie and Kasia Rose. He must really like roses.
What's a Kasia?
Kasia. She's called Rosie Kasia. Like her first name is Kasia Rose or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
Interesting.
Yeah, but mate, anyway, we're doing this for life now. This podcast. It's not gonna end.
Okay.
There is no end.
What if we don't compete anymore, or what if we don't wear board shorts anymore? Do we need to rebrand, or
we would have to rebrand, wouldn't we?
It'd just be banter podcast.
Just banter
and banter and banter.
Banter and banter.
Banter and banter podcast.
Yes, absolutely beautiful. But no, I honestly think you will have children first.
Great.
What do you mean great? Do you not want them?
Great. Yeah, no, I'm buzzing with that.
Yeah, because I'll still be like dieting down, trying to get my podcast. I'll be like, just castrating myself.
Did you mean to say podcast or pro card?
Pro card.
Yeah, you'll be still trying to get your pro card. You've already got your podcast, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, I meant pro card. So I'll be dieting down, trying to get that, and just won't be able to have kids.
Yeah, pretty much. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start this. I am going to start this podcast today with a public apology to my lovely girlfriend for saying that I had happy memories without her.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you saw the reel. It was from the podcast that we did with Mo.
Yeah.
But I want to just correct myself and just say that I have no happy memories without my lovely girlfriend, Annabella.
I mean, I don't know you before, Annabella, but I get the impression that you were just miserable.
Hang on. Do I need to say anything else? What did you say? Oh, yes, that's right. Not only is it that I've not had any happiness before, but any happiest memory that I have is with Annabella. And I also love Taylor Swift.
You're not a Swiftie.
I am now.
Did you buy that there?
My lovely girlfriend, Annabella.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I did. I bought it there. Guess how much this was?
It's going to be like 35 quid, 40 quid.
More.
50 quid.
I think it was 40 quid.
Oh my God. Is it a nice t-shirt though?
No, it's like
Fruit of the Loom.
Fruit of the Loom, yeah.
I'm kind of
maybe a little bit nicer than Fruit. Maybe Gildan.
Okay, I'm kind of liking the off-white vibe though.
Yeah. Where's it from? Let's see where Taylor Swift gets her stuff from. It's from California.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a sweatshop. That's interesting.
Okay, so are you actually a Swiftie?
Not really, no, mate. I did go and watch Taylor Swift the other day.
Was it
Did I
worth
mention
the
that?
money? Was it worth the money?
Well, for me, I didn't pay for it, so yes, it was. But
Okay.
the person that did pay for it, I'm sure, thought it was worth the money.
And how much were the tickets? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Because I've heard now what they do is they'll release tickets and then the price changes or the service charge changes depending on the demand and how many people clicking on the ticket. So sometimes you can like click on a seat or a ticket, or whatever, and it goes up to like 200, 300 quid.
Have you seen how much people are trying to resell Oasis tickets for?
Like 10 grand.
But woof, between 15 and 20, depending on where they're
People
at.
actually make sales with that.
Yeah. Some idiot has that much money and will want to see Oasis, or not even want to see Oasis. They will want to keep up with the next trend. They won't want to miss out next year.
Do you like Oasis?
Not too fussed. I think Liam and Noel are like knobheads.
Mm. Yeah, but that's almost their image, isn't it? Just being knobheads.
Yeah. I don't think it'll happen. There's my prediction for 2025. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know. There's like way too much going on for it now. You reckon something bad's going to happen with like either of them, and then it's just going to get called
I reckon they'll fall out again.
Really?
Yeah. Or like they'll start, but they won't finish.
That isn't it mad how viral it is? We're literally talking about it on our podcast now.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I'm sure everyone's sick of it anyway. My brother got tickets for it.
Yeah.
Another lad that I was having breakfast with the other day, literally whilst I was there, he got tickets. So yeah, a few people getting tickets for it. You know, the Manchester event there will be mad.
Yeah,
like that'll be absolute carnage. I don't know where they're playing in Manchester, but I might actually go.
Heaton Park. What, you might actually go and what? Just go and walk around outside and listen.
Oh, bro, Foo Fighters were playing at football stadium. What's it called?
Etihad.
No.
Old Trafford.
Old Trafford, that one. Sorry, everyone. 90% of the listeners to this podcast are going to love football, right? But they were playing at Old Trafford, and bro, it's mad. I could hear it from 2 miles away at my my place. You know, it's absolutely mental.
They played at the cricket ground. You donut.
That wasn't the cricket ground, was it?
Yes. Tom, honestly, mate, every week you get a little bit more feminine.
Fuck off, mate. Just because I'm shit at bowling.
Do you know the difference between football and cricket?
Yes, I do know the difference between... Mate, that cricket ground is huge then.
Yeah, it is. It's Old Trafford cricket ground.
How many fucking Old Traffords do you need? 2.
Clearly.
No, that's confusing. That's confusing. Even me and Mo were together and we were like, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, Mo, another keen sportsman.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. But anyway.
There's so many people sat with their head in their hands going, oh, Tom, you've done it again.
Oh,
Tom, what did you think of the football yesterday, mate?
Oh, yeah, I thought Man City did sick, mate.
What about Man United?
Oh, yeah, they did well as well.
Yeah.
They won, didn't they?
Do you want to guess the score?
3-1.
Yeah, they lost 3-0 to Liverpool.
Yes!
Come on, Liverpool!
My fucking guys. I made Manchester at heart, right? Liverpool. Right. I remember do you remember when years ago, when was the last... Actually, no.
Tom, don't try. It's okay.
Champions
you love
League.
Bodybuilding.
Champions League.
Yeah.
Years ago. We were about
3-0 down at halftime.
Yes.
Istanbul.
Yes. I watched it. Is that not one of the fucking best games ever?
That was one of the first games that I ever watched. Yes. I was at my nan's house and my nan turned it off at halftime and she went, well, you don't want to watch that, do you? I was like, oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And then I put it back on, like with no sound on, so that my nan didn't come downstairs, and I watched the end of the 90 minutes and then fell asleep.
Insane.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. And at the time, right, I was eating a punnet of grapes. And like what I figured out was as I was eating more and more grapes, Liverpool just kept fucking scoring. So I was there like, just like ploughing down these grapes and we pulled it back. I pretty much got Liverpool the dub by eating those grapes.
Thank you, mate.
Mate,
Tom, you know what, mate? I've watched so many documentaries on the miracle in Istanbul.
Yeah.
But none of them mentioned you eating grapes. I think they've really missed a key part of the story.
Well, there we go.
Fuck.
I could sell that
Wow.
story for fucking tens of thousands.
Netflix. Hang on. Netflix.
Yeah,
We got,
legit.
we got a film for you.
What was the final score? 4-3.
No, it was 3-3, and then the one on penalties.
Mad. Yeah, okay. That's probably like the last Liverpool game I watched as well.
You made me sick.
And how many years was it after that when they won again? Long time.
Maybe 14, 13, 14.
14.
To win the Champions League again, yeah. Maybe a little bit longer.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so we were like 14. I was like 14. That was a good guess. Jesus. Anyway.
You are funny.
Yeah, anyway. How are you, mate?
Yeah, really good. Do you want, in fact, Tom, you tell us about your weekend. I feel like I've spoke quite a lot already today.
Okay, I went to a wedding.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I went to a 1920s themed wedding. And it was actually sick.
Oh, yes. You mentioned this. You mentioned it in the last podcast
Yeah,
about you
about
wearing
getting
your suit. Did you look all right? Did it fit?
The story gets better, mate. The story gets even better. So, obviously, I spent like, £80 on that shirt, getting it tailored, all that kind of stuff. Went home. I had a shirt at home already that I didn't realise. And that shirt actually fit better than the one I just got tailored.
Unbelievable.
So I just wore that shirt instead. I didn't actually wear the one that I got tailored.
So you're going to take that one back?
No, I can't because it's been tailored.
Oh my God. This is why you should have got a rental.
I know. Idiot.
Next time you need a suit, mate, I'm gonna take you to my guy.
Yeah, don't you worry, mate. I'm already on that. So yeah, wedding was beautiful. It was actually my client and good long-term friend Martin's wedding. He looked absolutely incredible for his wedding, obviously. And,
he looked sick for his show.
Yeah,
mate.
mate,
Get all glazed up.
No, we literally had to. Like the last 2 weeks, I've had to drop down his food, and I've literally had to tell him to stop training legs because within the course of like a month, he just couldn't. He wasn't fitting into his suit, mate. It was like
Really?
panic stations, yeah. And I've been like so drip feeding him like not even increasing his calories at all, and he's just kept growing. So yeah, he messaged me a bit of panic stations because he tried his suit on for the first time in a few weeks and it just didn't fit. So we managed to pull him down a little bit and squeezed his little
legs,
his little peach and his legs into there, mate. So wicked time. I had 2 drinks.
I'm gonna say, did you get battered?
No, I didn't, mate. Like all of my friends, like this is like my childhood group who like, the boys. You know what I mean? The lads used to go out with on the
I'm not offended. You can call them the boys.
The lads, right? No, what do you mean you're not offended? You're my boy,
Yeah.
Like, do you know, like that group of friends where they're always going to be your friends, but you kind of just naturally like gravitate like away from a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You
always go back to them, those lads. So they all got absolutely obliterated, and I just had like 2 drinks, mate. I enjoyed myself. I was dancing. Woke up the next day. I was fresh. I just mainly enjoyed the food. The food was absolutely incredible.
Of course you did.
Oh,
did they have cookie champions for dessert?
They didn't, but they did have like a Biscoff Rocky Road, loads of chunks of that with just like really like thick indulgent brownie and yeah. And I actually woke up lighter today, new low weigh-in after the weekend, and I went out.
What did you weigh?
84.3.
84.3.
I'm down 5 kilos.
Congratulations.
What about you?
I weighed 90 on the nose today.
And what did you start off at? 93.
94.2.
Oh, you're down 4.2 kilo.
Yeah. I feel like I've not even tried as well.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. Mad. And yesterday, I had a refeed day.
And you came in lower?
I weighed, it was like a joint low weigh-in.
Okay, got you. What did you have?
Yesterday, I had, you know what I had? I was on the phone to you.
Oh, yeah.
That was last night.
Yeah, but I mean, did that even put you into much more of like a...
Oh, mate.
A refeed?
I had a Five Guys as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, right. So, anyone listening, right? You know me and Josh are not real bodybuilders because any time we go to a show or any time we go to like a sponsor meetup, me and Josh are the only guys that don't have meal prep.
I just don't like it. I don't like cold food, and you're never sure if you're going to get a microwave or not. If I'd have meal prepped yesterday and took like a bag of rice and cooked chicken, there was no microwaves.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have eaten it. I'd have ended up wasting food.
I admit, I do just fine by eating on the go anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
If
Like-
you're smart, like, all right, okay, I know that I've just said that I had a Five Guys, but if you're smart,
And what else did you have after that?
at McDonald's,
What did you have from McDonald's?
I had 2 chicken wraps,
Okay, good start. Both grilled though, yeah?
1 grilled, 1 crispy,
Okay. Right.
then some chips.
Okay. And then you definitely got like a Diet Coke or Diet Lemonade.
Yeah, definitely got a strawberry milkshake.
I
Definitely
mean,
got a large strawberry milkshake.
I mean, the thing is, Josh, mate, you know your body, refeed day, you woke up today, and you're the same weight, so that's all that matters.
Right, listeners, it weren't a refeed. Yesterday, I was at a show all day and it went on way longer than planned. And I was driving and I was like, I could feel my stomach just rumbling. Like, whoa, I thought we were going to send my car off the road. So I had to pull over and make a quick tactical purchase of some wraps. And I felt hypo. So that's why the strawberry milkshake went in.
Yeah, to be fair, when you just pinned your insulin, you didn't have the carbs within 15 minutes of that, so you had to pull over at the road, didn't you? Get that Mackie, didn't you?
Yeah. It was tactical. And, it's all about energy balance, kids. What goes in,
When you
what you expend.
when you know, like, when you've prepped that many times, when you know your body, and like you can eat intuitively, whether or not what you're going to eat realistically is going to lead to like too much food. Like you just know. So like even have that's the thing. Like I don't prep food just because I feel like I'm so in tune with what my body needs. I don't feel the need to. Sometimes I will. Like I'll take like wraps or something like that just because I think they're like pretty decent to have cold rather than get like a McDonald's, right? But for the most part, just eat intuitively. And like if you are eating out, just like choose decent options. Maybe not Five Guys, maybe not McDonald's, right?
I'll get onto the Five Guys again in a bit, but do you want to say anything else that you did this weekend?
Just lots of driving. So obviously I had the boy Adam on stage this weekend for his first ever show. He did both men's physique and classic physique.
What show?
The Mr. and Mrs. Plymouth.
Mr. and Mrs. I thought it was Devon.
Mr. and Mrs. Devon. No, it is Mr. and Mrs. Devon. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Devon, sorry. So
they're way more prestigious than just Plymouth.
Yeah, there used to be a Mr. and Mrs. Plymouth, but it's Mr. and Mrs. Devon now, I believe. But yeah, anyway, so the first ever show. I say it's a small show. There's big classes, bro.
Yeah. I've seen on Instagram. It looked really quite good.
Yeah. So in his first class, I believe there was 14, and I believe he came 5th. And then in his second class, there was, I believe, 5 physique guys, and I think he came 4th. And by far in physique, as I kind of predicted this anyway, he was like the biggest guy because he is just a big guy. Just condition. That's all it is. It's just condition for him now. And one thing I'm really proud of Adam of is his just posing. He just enjoy. Like I said in my voice, and I was like, mate, like whatever you do today, like we've given it the best that you can. The cards fall where they fall. Just enjoy it. Like just get up there and have a blast. And like he honestly like had like the biggest 10 pounds of personality. Not like he needed 10 pounds. Maybe we needed to take off 10 pounds. But in terms of like the enjoyment of it, it was just a wicked show for him. And his feet are wet now. Now we just need to get more condition. So yeah, Adam, if you're listening, mate, very proud of you. And honestly, just the start from now. So he is now going to be about 5 weeks out from his next show.
Oh, isn't it? Yes. Well, 5 weeks out from his next one, he should be able to take off a decent chunk.
Yeah, so it's just going to be a pretty harsh dieting phase up until then, but he's ready to get the work done, and that's it. So yeah, I travelled from Manchester to Plymouth to check in with him because I wanted to see him before a show because I couldn't be there because of the wedding. And then I left at 8 a.m. and I got to Plymouth at 7 p.m. So 11 hours of driving.
You left at 8 a.m. and you got there at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's how bad the traffic was, mate. Yeah. Fantastic. Still trained though. Still got to the gym in Plymouth, and I didn't leave there until 11, and then by like 10:30, and then drove back to Torquay. So it was a good however many mile trip. Yeah. But that was my weekend.
That's some effort, that, mate.
It was, but because I was annoyed because it was my client's wedding, which I couldn't really miss, obviously, and lifelong friend. And then there's also Adam's show on the same day, so I was like, I couldn't not check in with Adam. I need to see Adam. I'm willing to fucking just drive all the way.
Yeah,
and I'm glad he did, because obviously it paid off, and he was buzzing, mate. So that was my weekend. Lots of driving, show with Adam, and now I'm in Birmingham. I'm about to go back to Manchester today.
great stuff. Amazing.
What about you, mate?
My weekend. Oh, mate, where do I begin? My weekend was quite busy. Saturday, I pretty much spent all day working, trained the tiniest bit. I think I went and did like 4 exercises on back just to see how my back's recovering, and then came home, and me and Annabella like cooked tea together, and then after, so it was like 8 o'clock. I was like, "Oh, do you want to go for a drink?" And then like, because me and Annabella are pretty indecisive people, we were driving around Sheffield for a while, then went to a random bar, like in the middle of nowhere. And then when we were driving back, one of our friends was like, "Oh, I'm out. Do you want to come and meet us for a drink?" So I was like, "Yeah, go on then." So we ended up going into the centre of Sheffield, where it were like, everyone's hammered and in like proper, like, mini nightclub kind of things. So we went in sober as old, and we're like, "Yeah, this is not the one. This is a rather strange environment to be in when you're completely and utterly sober." We saw some rather terrifying things, smelt some horrific smells, and then left. I think we're there for about 25 minutes.
Are the students there at the moment, or is everyone at home?
No, I think the students coming back, I think, this week. It seems busier now.
Okay. What is Sheffield like for like an actual night out? I've heard it's pretty quiet.
Oh, yeah. The night, mate, it's decent.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm not having anyone tell me that Sheffield shit. We've got one of the oldest nightclubs in the UK.
Shit. Not shit. It's the greenest city in the country.
Thank you.
Right. It's got lots of heritage.
Yep.
Right. It's got WNBF Pro World Champion medium men's physique that lives there.
Yep. It's got the oldest football ground in the world, the oldest football team in the world.
Yep.
Yep. Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United.
Okay.
It had the biggest shopping centre in Europe up until 2002. Okay. What else? Chuckle Brothers are from Rotherham, so that kind of counts. What more do you want, really? Like, I've just listed off all them things, and all of them are far more impressive than the entirety of Plymouth.
Yeah, but that is true.
That is true. I said Plymouth and not Torquay.
Yeah. No, there's no place on this earth that's as good as Torbados.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Right, there we go.
Yeah.
What else did you get up to, mate? So you went out, you had a couple drinks, you met up with your friends.
Yeah. Well, we didn't meet up with them because we were there and we were like, "Yeah, this is shit. We're going home."
Oh, fair enough. Oh, so it is shit in Sheffield then?
No, it's because we were sober. If we were absolutely battered, we'd be like, "Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the Jaegers in." Ah.
Got you.
But no, went the vibe. Came home, had an early night, very chilled one. Not so early night, like 11 o'clock. And then Sunday, I went down to Coventry.
Nice.
For the NPA British Finals, the most prestigious British finals that there is in all of Britain. And I had James Dobbins compete, who's competed with the NPA before. He won his NPA Masters Pro card last time he competed with him. So they have like 2 pro cards. One's for Open, one's for Masters. James won the overall in the Masters and Novice, so he won his Masters Pro card. Does that make sense? Yeah?
I'm with you.
Yeah, right. This time, it was in Open. So, what the hell's that? What was that?
Sorry, that was just my Bugatti pulling up. It was the delivery truck for my Bugatti.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah,
I remember now. I remember that you said that you were getting that delivered today.
Yeah.
So he did. It was a weird, mate. It was a weird show. NPA is like, it's not the most prestigious natural federation to compete with, let's be honest.
I'd say that the most prestigious British finals in the UK.
Yeah. I've suddenly changed my mind in the last 40 seconds upon reflection. Interesting characters that was just there watching.
Okay.
interesting characters that were competing. Some of them were absolutely unreal, and then others it were like they'd not dieted at all, and they were
Really?
like, there were people that were like, "Oh yeah, this is my 100th show." Like, bloody hell! I'm like, yeah, I don't believe in prep. I was like, all right, okay, mate. Like them kind of characters.
Is it just a lot of like old boys there, if you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
got
So
you.
like the over 60s class and similar were a bit like, Jesus Christ, this is not great.
Really?
Yeah, but everyone that like won their classes were quite good. So I had James. He did the heavyweights bodybuilding. He won his class. There was
Was it a clean sweep in that with him, or was it pretty close between him and someone else?
the guy that came second was like way bigger than James, but nowhere near as conditioned.
Right. Okay. There we go. Yeah.
So we're like, if you're playing like a who's got the biggest weaknesses, it was the guy that was the most out of shape, but he was still good. Like, if he got shredded, it'd be not unbeatable, but it'd be pretty damn impressive. It's just getting lean. I think he was diabetic. It's called George Yates. Not sure if you listen to the podcast, George, but you look pretty damn massive, mate. Just need to lose some weight. But yeah, I think he's diabetic, so obviously it's a little bit more tricky to do a prep for
resistance.
him. Yeah. James also did masters, so he won the heavyweights bodybuilding, which is like, oh, that's amazing. Then did masters, and he got beat by some bloke that like never seen before, a guy called Pavel, who was just ginormous.
Oh, was he sounds like Polish or Russian or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. It was honestly,
I come here to win.
It was literally like, I think this might be my last show. So, all right, how many shows have you done? He was like, something like 70. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Wow. Yeah. That's fair
Proper
enough.
veteran. Yeah. So he won the Masters, and then they gave James his NPA Pro card in the Open because he was pretty good.
So it doesn't like cross pollinate the Pro card. They only give it per category.
Yeah.
How does that work with WNBF?
So I'm a men's physique pro.
Okay, so you can't compete in classic.
But they don't do classic, but I can't compete in bodybuilding. I'd have to go and win my bodybuilding pro card.
Okay, got you. It's interesting that the IFBB just do it like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think I get that though, because with the IFBB, a lot of the physiques, because it's such a minute difference between men's physique and classic. Like for instance, Josh Bridgman, prime example. If he wore board shorts, you'd look at him and go, "Oh, he's men's physique." The second he stuck them off, oh yeah, he's definitely classic.
Yeah. I want to talk about him in a minute, actually.
Yeah. He's unreal. So there was the guy that won the overall for the MPA show was called Christian Kerr. Christian listens to the podcast and he watches my YouTube video. So Christian, you are formally invited to come on. His Instagram handle is the Natural Shredder.
The Natural Shredder,
mate. Right, so we'll get him to come on and tell his story. But he's not competed for 10 years. He's a WNBF judge. He's very, very, very good, and he was absolutely diced.
Christian Kerr. Okay, yeah. I see him.
Do you think he's shredded?
I didn't. His Instagram's private. So
his Instagram's private. Oh, Christian, mate, you got to change that, bro.
Sleeper, mate. He's a sleeper. He is. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, nice. He's so impressive. So impressive. Yeah. So he won the overall, and it was like as soon as they came out, his waist is like teeny tiny, massive V taper, and just every muscle fiber was visible from space.
What has he got more plans this year to compete?
Yeah. He's doing WNBF Supernaturals. I believe he's doing a PCA show because his girlfriend's doing it. Yeah.
How old is he?
32.
And he's a WNBF
31. Yeah.
Is he?
Mate, he's so like into bodybuilding.
Love it.
Yeah, so like he knows Steph. Christian's like a proper bodybuilder in my eyes.
We need to get him on.
Yeah, we'll get him on. He needs to put some board shots on though to be able to make it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But now, so good weekend then, successful show.
Yeah, successful
Clients-
show.
clients
Not
win.
entirely sure what's going to happen with James now, like whether he competes again or if that's it. Because basically, he did 3 shows. He did UKDFBA, WNBF first timers, and then MPA novice. And then we're like, right, okay, let's wrap the season up there. And then a couple of weeks later, he was like, oh no, I want to go for the British finals for both MPA and WNBF. I was like, all right, okay. We'll still have a couple of weeks of chilled eating, and then we'll restart prep. So we basically went up. I think he went up about 7 or 8 kilos in 4 weeks, which is quite a big weight jump.
Mhm.
And then we've had 5 weeks to get that back off him, and like we've done it, but the last 2 weeks have been pretty tough for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, put him into a little bit of a box. I think he knocked off 5.5, 6 kilos in 2 weeks, which is
That's
pretty
mad.
crazy. Yeah,
Especially considering he was like, he wasn't necessarily didn't have high body fat anyway. That's a lot of weight.
yeah.
But
Yeah, we've pushed it. He did cardio for the first time ever.
really,
Yeah. So like, the previous outings, he'd not done any cardio for it.
really, that's mad.
Yeah. But
Yeah, when it's
again,
that
like,
short time frame, you need it. Really,
it kind of showed how responsive his body was that the second that we put it in and reduced his food to, like not stupidly low. I think it was like 250 carb, 45 fat,
Mhm.
250 protein. His body weight just plummeted.
Yeah.
And the condition came in, and he looked mint. So he went on twice, and the first time that he went on, I actually got it mixed up earlier when I was talking about it. He did masters first and then heavyweights. It looked a little bit like flat for the first outing, so I was like, oh sod it. He's come second in that. We'll see what we can do if we can just push the fullness. So that's when we went to Five Guys. I had a burger and half a portion of fries, and James had the other half of the fries.
Right.
So all the salt, them extra little bit of carbs, it just drove everything into them into them muscle cells, and yeah, got the win.
I like it. Yeah, that's like one of those like risky moves, isn't it? Because like you've not done that throughout the entirety of prep, and it's like a little bit of like a.
I've done it with clients on like 4 occasions.
Okay, and is it worked out each time?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a very specific look that I do it with.
Yeah.
Where it's like, they're almost like, it doesn't look rock hard. It looks a little bit flat. So it's like where you're wanting to remove fluid from your skin and put it in the muscle, and then also put a little bit more carbs into the muscles as well.
It's a good one because obviously again like a lot of the time why people are fat is not because of like carbs necessarily. They do need the carbs, but it's also salt as well. Obviously, if you're having fries, it's low volume, it's a lot of salt, some
Shitloads.
carbohydrates in there. Tastes fucking good. So it's probably going to make you feel good as well. So it's like many kind of like benefits to it. It's yeah, I feel like it's just one of them where you've got to you got to be going for like a specific look, 100%.
Yeah, but that's I need to sit and work out how many clients I've peaked, and for me to only do that 4 times, it's not a very often protocol, not a very common one. So that's that. I'm trying to think other interesting things. Have I mentioned that I've got a new training partner?
What?
What?
Who's your training
It's only
partner?
for 2 sessions a week, but it's a pretty good training partner.
Who?
It might be coming on the podcast. Should I keep it as a surprise?
It's not Finn, is it?
No. I'm not telling you. Shall we just bring him on as the next guest on the podcast?
Cool. Let's do it then. Yeah.
I'll ask him. But yeah, I've got a new training partner for 2 days a week, and we trained together last week, and it was like, for me, it was 10 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah. One of the best sessions that I've had in a while. You what, mate?
Better than our training sessions.
Well, if you want to come and train pull with me, you are more than welcome, because I believe that I'm training push with my
Said
fella.
individual.
Yes.
Okay,
The
cool.
aforementioned.
Well, push is my weak point though, mate. So, like, I want to train push with you.
No. You can train pull.
Oh, I see how it is. For your benefit?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Do you know, that's
It's all for my
absolutely
benefit,
fine.
bro.
We can do that, no problem whatsoever. Absolutely. Right, should we move on to some questions?
Yeah, I've just had a horrific one from Ian Talbot Balfe. I can ask the question, but we are not answering it.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. We saving it for last or just get it out of the way?
Let's get it out of the way. You know, with
Okay.
35 minutes in, it can be a
If
little
there's
gift
any
for the people
specific
that made it
words,
this far.
is there any triggering words in it?
Nope.
Cool. There we go.
Top 3 religions in order. We all know who's the worst.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Ian.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're on about.
Number 1, Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Oh.
This is a
Did I tell
legit
you
thing.
what? Did I tell you about what one of my friends did to me the other
No.
day?
No.
Oh dear. So my mates try and like organize things with me. So like, you know, my OG mates, they try and organize things with me like massively in advance. So it's September, or it was actually August, and we're trying to organize our Christmas outing together.
Mhm.
Right. And they came out with a day. I went, I'm sorry, but I am actually busy on that day. So they're like, right, you're getting hammered. You're getting hammered now. I was like, what do you mean? So they hung up on me. 10 minutes later, start getting phone calls from the Samaritans, from GOM, what they're called, Jehovah's Witnesses.
No.
And they've signed me up to like loads of emailing lists. So one of them's like the Jesus Christ daily affirmations. So I'm getting a daily email now from this religious group about Jesus.
I rate that banter though. I think that's sick.
It is funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is funny, but it's very annoying now as well.
Yeah. When you're getting like a phone call halfway through training, like, this is your welfare call. Like, no. My friends are doing it as a wind up. No, it's okay to talk. No, it's it's fine. Leave me alone.
Yeah, they sound like some good mates, mate. They sound like some
They
good mates.
are. It's called the Church of Jesus. There's someone I would like you to meet. Musician. Oh, this is a video. Today's one is a video.
For fuck's sake.
Let God guide your life.
I love
How
it.
is your relationship with God? Does
Maybe we should
Jesus
start
Christ
each
really
podcast.
understand how I feel? You what?
Yeah. But when we start each podcast now, you just read out one of your daily affirmations from Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Keen for
Right.
that.
Have you got any questions?
G_Jim Bailey.
Oh, it's George.
Georgie boy.
George boy.
Would you rather lunge 500 miles or walk 10,000 miles? I would rather lunge 500 miles. That is an
Yes, I would.
exponential amount more walking than lunging.
Yeah.
Maybe if you'd said rather lunge 500 miles or walk like 1,000,
1,000. Yeah, I
yeah,
might go 1,000.
might go 1,000. But no, absolutely no questions asked.
How far is the UK?
Mate, I think length of
Oh, you
Africa.
googling it? Oh, length of Africa. Jesus, length of UK.
Okay. So look, we'd have to walk the length of Africa. I thought it was about 10,000 miles. Mate, I was 60 miles off. It's 9,940.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'd
What is the
rather.
length of Great Britain?
It's like 900.
600.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather lunge fucking the UK than walk Africa.
So you'd be lunging. It's an 823-mile drive from Land's
And
End to John O'Groats.
okay. So yeah, we'd have to.
Wowzer.
Oh yeah, we didn't even have to walk the length of the UK.
Yeah,
No,
it's
lunge
more
then.
like the length of England or England in a little bit.
Yeah, easy.
Oh, easy, mate. Do you reckon anyone's ever done that?
Oh, that is a good question. Lunge from Land's End.
Has anyone ever lunged the UK? Lunging. Oh, God. I don't think anyone else.
So if you walked from Land's End to John O'Groats, mate, you actually would walk 1,215 miles if you went the whole way. 2 to 3
Sure.
months. 2 to 3
What?
months.
To walk it?
Yeah.
A friend of mine and Annabella's ran it. He did Land's End to Jono. He did Scotland to Cornwall.
Yeah.
In June.
Really?
Yeah.
Average kilometers. Jesus Christ.
How mad's that?
Yeah. Do you know Russ Cook?
Yeah.
He ran on average 28.7 miles a day for a year.
Wowzer.
That's superhuman, isn't it?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Did you watch the YouTube documentary on that?
No. Did
right.
I?
Like Project Africa. Like, you need to go back and watch it if you haven't seen them all. It's so good.
I didn't watch it. I think I watched like a montage video of it.
Right. Yeah.
And then obviously watched the Diary of a CEO thing.
Yeah. So when he was doing the Length of Africa thing, obviously we were both on prep. So I was like, when I was like, oh, I can't be asked to go for a walk, because like, mate, Russ is literally out there doing 28 miles a day. Shut your face.
Yeah, but Russ ain't doing 18 check-ins, is he?
That is true. That is very true.
Oh God!
Russ,
Hey, we need to mention Bridgman.
Bridgman, yes, unreal.
What a result! Really, really good to see. I've always liked Bridgman. I think he's like a nice guy. He's very relatable to a lot of people. Obviously, the only difference between us and him is the fact that he's enhanced. Nothing else. God. But yeah, I'm buzzing for him. I think it's a great result. Top 3 in his first classic outing, and actually against a pretty decent lineup as well. It's not like he went against some shitters.
Beat some Olympians.
Yeah.
So that if that isn't a nod that he could get to the Olympia, then I don't know what is.
No, mate, definitely. He's definitely got what it takes. Bring up a couple of weak areas, or I don't know.
I think he's got a good 15 pounds under his weight cap as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is nuts. Like, to add 7 kilos, 15 pounds of muscle to that frame. Like, he is peeled as well. Yeah, absolutely mental. He's got like a different mindset, that guy, isn't
he? Yeah. I was worried that he would end up in a little bit of like a TM Cycles position where you're not quite fully into the bodybuilding, but you've still got to be a little bit into it to keep your audience engaged. But no, Bridgman's just kept going. Kept going. He's
the real deal, isn't he? And I fucking respect that. I've watched him go from being like natural. Have you followed him for that long as well?
Yeah.
Back in the Natural Men's Physique days all the way to now, absolutely mental.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. When I was like 24, when I won my pro card, I used to compare my physique to his naturally and be like, "Oh, could I have done him?"
Yeah.
His physique was a little bit more like shredded, whereas mine's more pretty.
Yeah.
I'd say that was the biggest.
He's got quite a gnarly look to his physique, isn't he?
Yeah. It looked more extreme, whereas mine was just like, oh, that's a really like aesthetic look. And I can say that now because it's 3 years ago, so it's no longer my physique. It's just a body that existed.
Exactly. No, he was a very good natural as well, to be fair. He competed at quite a high level naturally, didn't he?
I don't know if he did any natural shows. I don't know if there were any natural shows to do.
No. So what I mean is, like, he competed naturally.
Oh, yes.
I think he went to like the
Amateur Olympia, UK BFF.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Look wicked, man. Wicked. He is a prime example of someone that's like earned their stripes and done things properly. Which I respect.
Yeah.
Next question, mate.
From me, or are you gonna do one? Or I
just need one, so you can do one, mate.
Yeah, buddy. We're going to ignore Ian. I think I might block Ian. Sorry, Ian, you're getting blocked. Harry Corio Fitness, new client of mine who's got insane potential. What's one lifting accessory you couldn't live without, e.g. straps, belt, knee sleeves? I'm going to say wrist wraps.
Straps.
Straps in general.
This is why you got a small back, bro.
I know, mate, but my wrist wraps, my wrist... You can't see it very well. I've got that horrible lump in it. And if I don't...
Look at my wrist.
Just got cancelled. Oops.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
You
it's
just
fine.
hurt your wrist.
I just hurt my wrist and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
licking my lips at the
Oh,
same
mate,
time.
scary movie, My Germs. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, my
My
good
Germs.
hand. Strong hand. So without my wrist wraps, I wouldn't be able to press as
You don't need,
heavy.
your chest is fine. You don't need breasts. It's fine. You need
The
straps.
road to
Bro.
grow,
Yeah, you need straps.
bro.
Strap up before you wrap up, baby.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so stupid question. Come on, James, you can do better than this, mate. You can do better than this. How much would it cost for you to try heroin once? If you had any follow-up cues, message me.
Who's James?
James Linford
Oh,
_
he's asked me 2 questions.
Has he? Oh, he
Yeah,
must be one.
he
Jesus.
loves me more.
Well, James, I wouldn't. Simple answer. Sorry, mate. I'm being boring in that one. I'm not giving you the fun answer you expected. I know Josh probably would have a different opinion though.
Yeah, £140,000.
Would you actually?
Yeah,
Is that the price of a Aston Martin?
yeah.
Yeah.
If someone said to me, "You've got to do it once, and I'll give you an Aston Martin," I'd be like, "Yeah, go for it."
So you would revoke your WMF pro status and potentially become a heroin addict for a car.
I won't become a heroin addict. I am pretty mentally strong.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. There's a reason why that shit ruins people's lives.
Oh yeah, because they're of that nature anyway. Like they would have been cocaine addicts, and then maybe
Okay. Would you give up sex for the rest of your life for a Aston Martin?
definitely not, because an
Okay.
Aston Martin is going to get you even more.
And I can
Annabella
guarantee
will not be able to keep her hands off me.
I can guarantee a heroin is probably a lot better than sex.
Shut up.
No, I'm being serious.
What you do? Are you having sex with a cactus or something? Like, how on earth is heroin going to be better than that?
Because people ruin their lives for it, mate.
Yeah, but do people... Tom, people ruin their lives for bodybuilding shows. That's like saying a bodybuilding show is better than sex.
Well, do you know what? It doesn't matter because we're never going to find out, are we? We're just going to have sex with cats for the rest of our life.
James, if you have £140,000 and some heroin, I am willing to talk business.
Please don't give him heroin, James. Whatever you do.
Just give me 140k, bro.
In Manchester. I'm going to find you in a corner of a street under an underpassage.
In my Aston.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
No.
And we're going to be buzzing.
No, yeah. So I'll find you homeless in a tunnel, covered in dirt, with an Aston Martin jacket from when you purchased your Aston Martin with that £140,000 that you got, but you lost everything because you're now addicted to heroin. But you still wear that jacket as a little bit of a nod to your previous life.
Yeah. Whenever anyone goes, sorry mate, I've got no change, I'll go, I used to have an Aston Martin, you know.
Yeah. Oh, there's Josh Croggan. Look at him. He used to have an Aston Martin. He used to be WMBF pro, and now he's just
It's going full circle. Do you know, I'd do that just to prove I can do it again.
I think you should take heroin now just to prove how mentally strong you are.
Right. Shall I prove my mental toughness?
Yeah.
I really want to take it because I'm so mentally tough. I'm not gonna.
You won't be in the trenches. You'll be the opposite. You'll be different universe. Trenches is low. You'll be somewhere else, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
That dragon.
This is the Board Shorts and Banter podcast, not talking to Frank.
Board shorts and yeah.
So, biggest mistakes you've made when you started lifting?
Probably eating shit food whilst bulking.
Yeah.
And we'll mention it again because whenever we mention it, someone goes and looks at it. The get fat highlights on my Instagram is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Specifically that was a bad time.
So mine was the opposite. Mine was just not eating enough. I just thought back in the day that if I ate protein, I would grow. I
Yeah.
think that's quite common. You don't understand the concept of like a surplus, so you just eat protein. It's like, oh yeah, if I have protein, I'm just going to grow. That's why I
Yeah.
need whey protein. That's why I need eggs. I used to eat like 8 eggs in a plastic microwave container. I'd just microwave it and just like scramble it. It was fucking disgusting. But I just thought that would get me big, and it didn't. So I spent years
No.
training. Still built muscle because you're going to build muscle anyway, but not as much as I could have done.
Kat, I'm going to tell you something as well. I went for a walk with my dad last week and one of my uncles, and my uncle was like, "Oh, what do you think's like made you, as good as what you are at bodybuilding?" And I was like, "I actually have no idea. Genetics obviously plays a massive role." And my dad turned around and he went, "You used to sleep a lot. Like in my early years of training, my dad was like, yeah, you'd go to bed at like 10 o'clock and you would wake up at 9 or 10. You'd have like just a ridiculous amount of sleep." He said, "That's when I noticed the most gains in you, son. It's
Yeah.
when you got your biggest sleeping." I'm like, great.
Well, probably the main thing that's helped me over the last 3 years of my bodybuilding has been sleep.
Yeah.
I've gone from
Growth hormone naturally spikes whilst you're asleep.
yeah.
So the longer that you can stay asleep, the more growth hormone your body's going to naturally produce.
Yeah, and it's like, the deeper you get into things, like the harder it gets to build muscle. And honestly, like I would used to in the past like prioritize my work over my own bodybuilding. Like I'd stay up late and I'd work till 2 a.m. and
Yeah.
wreck my sleep, and then that leads on to not only poor recovery but also shit training the next day. And I feel like that was definitely the main thing because like during like lockdowns and COVID, that's when I was building up, like trying to build up an online coaching business. That's when I was trying to build like an RET community, which was like the online platform that I had back in the day, and just didn't stop working and just staying up late. And it's since then when I've managed to build my business, start to, now that my business is in a good place, prioritize myself. Like I've just continued to improve at quite like a very like a decent rate. 11 years into training.
Yeah.
So yeah, sleep 100%. Yeah, it's probably one of the main drivers.
Great. Adam Wall, another one of my boys. Love you, Adam. What is your greatest achievement this year, this season, as a coach?
Say that again.
What's your greatest achievement as a coach this year?
Well, for me, it's just getting lads on stage.
Yeah.
Like this is my first season actually getting boys on stage and doing it to like a high standard as well, which I'm very fucking proud of. And just how smoothly everyone's preps and times on stage has ran. Um, I'm just very proud of that. And I think it's
Yeah.
that's just the accumulation of doing 3 seasons myself, and also working with some fucking good coaches.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably what I'm most proud of, man. Giving people memories, and like, honestly, like so much. Oh, now that I think about it, definitely like helping others realize their potential, but also find a passion, because all these boys have now got so many friends off the back of them competing, and for me to have like a role to play in that is like so fulfilling.
Yeah. Yep.
Aside from just putting on a good physique on stage,
I would say mine has probably been the volume and quality of the competitors that I've put on stage.
Absolutely,
Like
yeah.
my boys are so good, and
Mhm.
even if the people like didn't place as high as what you would want, so for instance, say they didn't get top 3, the quality of the before and afters are insane.
Yeah,
Like Oliver Dibben, my sommelier, where he started prep art and where he finished was night and day different. Like different human being altogether. It didn't really matter where he placed at the end because the transformation was just outrageous.
yeah,
So yeah, just overall, I'm very very happy with how things are going, and I do think like when you're a competitor and you do well, I do believe that people have the perception of there's an element of luck involved. So like, oh, you only won that because such and such didn't turn up or
yeah, yeah,
whatever. Da, da, da. When you're then able to transfer that into like the coaching element of things, so like my clients looking as insane as what I did, if not more, I think, it just almost gives you that extra little bit of gravitas of, oh no, Josh actually knows his shit, rather than Josh has a good physique. So,
Yeah.
there's been a little bit more of a, I don't know, just like a bit of a level up.
Yeah, there's as a coach, is what you're saying is like, as a coach, what you're establishing for yourself now is that you can consistently put on high level physiques onto a stage. You're not just a good physique.
Yeah.
You're not just a transformation coach.
Yeah.
And there's been like almost like a gain of authority in a sense.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm gaining people's respect that I know that I didn't have before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, and that's the difference, you know. And it's if you can consistently do that across a broad spectrum of many different, like, because every competitor is different, their mindset, and if you can, the main skill and the main quality of a coach is being able to bring out the best of each and every single individual, and being able to land consistently like high level physiques on a stage is fucking hard. It's not easy.
I'll tell you one thing as well. Just another little like thing that I'm really happy with this year. So many times people go, oh, Josh's men's physique. And now I've got like my bodybuilders, like Martin's competing this weekend. He looks ridiculous. I do believe that that's then going to get me respecting again in a different circle of people that I wouldn't normally be associated to.
Yeah.
Because I know how to get people in condition on like a consistent basis.
Yeah. It's like do it a couple of times. What's the saying? It's like no coincidence after it happens X amount of times. It's like, you know, if you keep proving yourself over and over and over and over again, it's like, yeah, all right, cool. You know, there we go. That's what it is. Like just touching back on again, like the first time competitors and like guys on stage is like, ultimately when it's like your first time, some of these boys that you're putting on, or even the lads that I'm putting on, it doesn't really matter. The placing doesn't dictate what has been achieved in a sense. You know, because again, if you look at their starting position from where they're at right now, it's that all that matters is like it is ridiculous, and they have completely transformed themselves inside and out. You know, the placing is a bonus. It is what it is, but ultimately, it is about that. You know, that transformation.
Yeah, and then you know, obviously enjoyment as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
James Linford again with the second question of the podcast. I know Mr. Coxedge has. Do you think it's doable to prep with? Do you think it's doable to prep with a 9 till 5? Is it possible to prep whilst working a 9 till 5? Absolutely.
I think Ronnie Coleman won his first Olympia as a police officer.
I don't know. I don't know many people that haven't prepped doing a 9 till 5. Like, I know there'll be people going, oh, well, Josh, you're an online coach, you know. I bet I work bloody 6 till 10.
Yeah.
10 a.m. I do 4 hours a day, bro. No.
The only advantage is you can be at home eating your food and you can go to the gym when you want, but you're still working a lot as a coach.
Yeah. Like, I think there's immense value in a 9 till 5. I think people really, really, really like underestimate how not lucky, but how good having a 9 till 5 is. So 9 till 5, you are pretty much dictated by what you do during the day. So your food focus generally is less because you are doing your job. Your meal timings are pretty set. You'll have one meal before you work, one meal at lunch, then you might have a pre-workout and post-workout. That structure is completely provided by your job. Obviously, if you want to train in the morning, then you just kind of switch it around. But it's all dictated by your 9 till 5. If you've not got a 9 till 5, or say you work night shifts or whatever, that's a lot more tricky to manage. But it's not impossible.
When you're in this little bubble of like the online coaching industry or competing industry, like some of the big names that you see are coaches, or some of the big competitors you see are like personal trainers or whatnot, right? So they have the advantage of being able to build their life around it. The fucking majority of competitors are 9 to 5 workers.
Yeah.
It's just when you're in this bubble, it seems like everyone's a coach.
Yeah.
Because the main people you hear about are coaches, but the majority of people you see on that stage are just standard, normal working people.
Yeah. I think as well, like, you know, a lot of coaches as well work a 9 till 5 on top.
Yeah.
Because there's not many people that can do online coaching just as a living. It's generally a side hustle for a lot of people. Like, for me, it was a side hustle with my PTing, which you can kind of go, oh, Josh, it's the same thing. It's not. It was a side hustle with the PTing until the online coaching got big enough to, to fill my entire time. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at me. Just comparing myself, because like obviously I started my online coaching business, and then like within about 6 months it like stopped. When I started my online coaching, I just lived like a peasant for a while. It wasn't even really a side hustle. I just because nothing was happening, wasn't spending any money. I just managed to live like frugally and build it up. So it wasn't even really a side hustle. I just kind of I was like, fuck it. Pretty much well, I did have outgoings, but just live like a peasant and do my best with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then even when you become successful, still live like a peasant, because it will probably go wrong at some point. Lol.
Don't invoke fear into me like that. Jesus Christ.
Right. George Bailey has asked another question. Josh, how's the back? We're getting there. We are getting there. I trained back last week at 40% intensity. I did like 2 sets on 4 or 5 exercises. We're getting there. It's just not 100%. And then he said, Tom, how's the toe?
Toe is fine. The nail is now halfway back. It's halfway up the toe. It's almost getting there. I do think I'm gonna have to go get it looked at though, because it's growing a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit wibbly wavy, but it is good. It still hurts right now. So I might go get it scanned again, to double check it, make sure the bones are together, because I don't know if they are or not. But I can walk. That is the main thing. I'm very, very
always
grateful
good.
for that now.
Tom, can we pause the podcast? I need a wee.
Go for it. Back in a second, guys.
We're back. Olympia predictions. Agam Saini 58. Hi, Agam. Thank you for another question, mate.
Are we talking open Olympia? Are we talking men's physique?
Right. Let's go. Right. What's your knowledge like on actual people that are competing that are looking well?
Men's physique. Just Ryan Terry, bro.
Yeah, Ryan Terry's going to win.
Ryan Terry's going to win. That's it.
I think in open, right, this is my wild, crazy prediction. I think Derek Lunsford's going to win. I haven't seen a photo of Derek for about 2 years.
He'll defend. He'll defend,
Right.
I reckon.
Did he win it last year? Or was it
I
Hadi?
think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a repeat. I think it's going to be Derek Lunsford. I think it's going to be Hadi, and then it's going to be Samson again.
Right. So this is where I'm changing. I'm going to say Derek, Hadi, Nick Walker.
Really?
Yep. And then I'm going to say Samson fourth, and then Andrew Jacked fifth.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You think the shorter, more compact physiques are going to be the
on top? Yeah.
And
right.
Also,
and I'm going to tell you another interesting thing about my prediction. I haven't seen any photos of these people for ages. I could not tell you the last time that any of them competed, shows that they've done, whatever. Could not tell you.
It's a shot in the dark.
Yep, shot in the dark. That's my top 5.
Cool. I reckon it's going to be Derek, Hardy, Samson, then Nick, and then Andrew Jack. Andrew Jack looked nuts in the last show they did at Texas. Was it Texas?
No idea, mate.
I don't know. But anyway, and then Ryan Terry's going to win the men's physique. Chris Bumstead is going to win classic. There we go.
That sounds about right.
I think Wesley is going to get top 3.
Visitors, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
I think we'll get top 3. I think
Urs might drop quite a lot. I do follow Urs on Instagram.
Urs, though, I feel like he's realised now that he just fucking completely over-dieted for the Olympia. I don't know if it's because he needs to make weight cap or anything like that, but he did like a guest posing and he looked like after the Olympia and he looked fucking nuts. Like everyone was like just commenting like, why did he not look like this at Olympus? I don't know if he has to diet down to meet weight caps or whatever. But I think Wesley's going to get top 3. I think Ramon will probably get second, and then Seabum.
Cool.
First.
Jackie Wham has asked, how much posing practice would you say is necessary for a first timer?
As much as you can.
As much as you can. I would be like, as a general kind of rule of thumb, if you're doing men's physique, be able to do 6 rounds without passing out.
Mm-hmm.
holding each pose for like 6 to 8 seconds. Yeah. And
Yep.
then if you're doing bodybuilding, maybe 5 rounds of each of a full thing. So that'd be like 10 full spins.
Yeah, what I did on prep was I would do after my training session when I was already tired. I would do 2 rounds of comparisons. I'd do two rounds of my routine, and then I would do finally when I was even more tired after posing and training, I would do 10-second holds just as like conditioning rounds. So five practice rounds total, 2 of your routine, 2 of
Yeah.
comparisons, and then just one round of doing the comparisons again, but just holding them for like 10 seconds. And I just found that worked really nicely.
Can I give another piece of advice for any first timers or anyone that's thinking about posing practice? Practice is all well and good if you are practicing the movements properly. If you are not practicing them properly, all that you are doing is getting really good at doing something shit. So my advice to you would be to reach out to a posing coach 100%.
100%. Yeah, like it's just going to be the quicker you can get your mandatories nailed, you can then just rinse that throughout the entirety of your prep. As long as you got your mandatories nailed, like that's the first and foremost thing. There's no point in putting in all that posing practice if it's just no bueno. So get it right.
Yeah. What are you typing?
I'm typing out things that we're talking about.
No, don't, because it's coming through the audio.
Oh, sorry guys. I didn't realize.
Yeah, you will be sorry, Tom. God.
Have we got any more questions? I've got one more, I think.
What areas of prep bodybuilding do you think most people overlook before starting? That's from James Linford again. Thank you for your 3rd question in one podcast, James. If it wasn't for you, this podcast would be an Instagram reel.
That's true. What was the question again? Sorry.
What areas of prep / bodybuilding do you think people overlook before starting? I think it's just generally how long it takes to get to where you think you want to be.
Yeah, starting position for prep. 100%.
Oh, not just prep. I'm on about just bodybuilding in general. Like, so you might prep thinking, "Oh, I'm going to get shredded and I'm going to look like Ryan Terry," and then you'll be like, "Oh, actually, no. I've got this weakness, that weakness, and I've got a really stubborn area of body fat that takes ages to come off." And it just takes long. It just takes a long time to get to a point where you're actually happy or proud of your physique.
Yeah, I feel like people think they've got a lot more muscle than they've actually got to when they're like, they're like in the off season.
Yeah.
They don't realize how, that sounds bad, how little muscle they have, but it doesn't mean necessarily you're going to look bad. It's just, like for instance, again, like when you start dieting as well, like people don't realize how light they're going to get. And then they, mentally start to throw themselves off and get obsessed with the scale weight and the number and the yada, yada, yada. So that's definitely overlooked as well.
Yeah.
I think as well, people think that they train hard. People think that they train a lot harder than they actually.
I was just going to say, I think people overestimate their output, whether that's in the gym or just in life in general. I think people think, "Oh yeah, I'm doing 10,000 steps a day," or they underestimate how much food they eat or like how many calories they consume. Just the general like variables that the majority of the time people are unrealistic with where they stand with the variables.
100%. Agreed. Next question. So from Cal Curry _ will Ryan Terry win the Olympia again this year? Yes.
Yes.
I've got another question from Mr. Cal Curry. Which category has the hardest posing / poses to hit? Bikini.
Bodybuilding.
Bikini. Have you seen all the hair flicks and everything? You got to be so sassy for that, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. You've got to be sexy, No,
but Tom, you can't. You just sexualize an entire bodybuilding category.
Get in the bin. We all know.
Are repulsive.
Oh God.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God.
Any lower back arch like that, mate. I don't care what anyone says. You're forcing them glutes back like that. It's hard not to, to see it in that way.
You are right. You're never judging ever. You're never going to be a judge because everyone knows you're going to be sat there sexualizing the competitors.
Okay, so like, no, it's not the case.
I think that rear shot, it's like what horses do at like Horse of the Year show.
Look,
Like they
I
stand with their
personally,
arse out, getting judged.
genuinely, I don't see it in like a sexual way like that. But at the same time, when you're flicking your hair and giving your shoulder like a little bit of like a a thing like that, you know what you're doing. Another question. Oh no, so my serious answer for that is I would say classic physique.
Really? What's
Yeah.
the difference between posing for bodybuilding and classic?
Well, in classic, they do like a lot more artistic shots, don't they?
Did they? So did they do like your
They
favourite
aren't just
classic
pose.
shows?
It's not like
Pose.
mandatories. They're not like the mandatory shots. I'm just saying, in general, an open bodybuilder, which is a bit different now because like people like Andrew Jack and Samson are starting to get more classic poses in their routine. But in general, a classic competitor is expected to do more artistic shots in their routine. Comparisons, not really much difference, but yeah, routine wise, I'd say classic's the hardest.
Yeah. Ruth. All right. Okay. We'll give it to classic. Ruth F. Gill or Jill. You need to clarify how to pronounce your surname. Has asked if you could make a low-cal version of anything to keep. Oh, what? Why am I so dyslexic? If you could make a low-cal version of anything to keep when in prep, or is that just poor English? She is Irish.
To keep one in prep, that makes sense.
If you could make a low-cal version of anything to keep when in prep.
That was good. That was
Thanks,
really
mate.
good. Yeah. Carry on.
It was absolutely fan-fucking-tastic.
So basically, what low calorie, what food would make low calorie in order to be able to keep it in prep?
I'd make fucking pizza low-calorie, I would.
Cookies.
Oh, you would. You are such a pig.
Fuck off. What's the difference between you having cookies and you having pizza, you fat shit?
Because
That's
the
right, no.
pizza is a main meal, you know?
Did I just fat? No, it's not fat shaming, is it?
No, you didn't. No.
Okay, it's fine then.
I weren't offended, so you're fine. You can call me that all you want.
Yeah, you are pretty thick right now, to be fair, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah, baby. Bro, I'm nearly 5 kilos down, cuz. No, I'm not. I'm 4 kilos down, cuz. Come on.
Yeah, cuzzy.
Hey, cuz, yeah. That's all my questions, Tom. Have you got any more questions?
Cal Curry's literally just sent for another one. He's on it, mate. He's on it.
Oh, Cal Curry, do you have a job, mate? Do you work in 9 till 5? Because if you do, I'm going to have a word with you. Oh, no, it's 12:30. You're all right, mate. Keep asking him.
He's asked 1, 2, 3, 4 questions in one question.
Is one question, can I sign up for online coaching?
No, he's not.
Oh, what a waste. What a waste.
What a waste. Wasting our time, Cal. It's the only reason why we do this. Favourite fruit?
Favourite fruit, kiwis.
Bananas. Favourite veg?
Bananas. Do you eat bananas with the skin on or the skin off?
Skin on. I've had one.
Oh, me too.
Favourite veg?
Carrots, and I hate broccoli.
Roasted potatoes.
Okay. They do count.
Yeah.
They do count.
Like a caramelized carrot, like roasted carrots when they're like a little bit crunchy.
Yeah. When you put them in like the... Oh, baby. Yeah, it's good, that.
So good. Favourite cinema snack? Sweet and salty popcorn.
Can you remember them like big... I like sweets. I'm not a popcorn guy. I like actual, candy.
Right.
Candy. Pick a mix. You know the big dolphins that you can get from the cinemas?
Yeah.
They are banging.
Big, like, blue thing with the...
big blue thing with a foamy bottom.
Smash.
Sensation.
Favourite protein bar?
Let me just head on to the Pit Stop website and make sure that I'm referring to one that we can use discount code JC10 on. Pit Stop Nutrition.
Yeah, everyone uses Stockton's code, not mine. Stockton 10.
Yeah, Tom actually smoked me on code uses this month.
I'm just a nice guy. Favourite protein bar? I know. So I'm not going to lie. The Oreo grenade.
Yes,
Very much
yes.
you'd enjoy it. And then also the Optimum Nutrition coconut one.
Don't like coconut.
It's like a bounty.
Oh, I hate bounties. Tom. Right,
Fuck off.
right. Chris, we're going to reel this one up. What do people think about bounties? I genuinely think bounties should be banned. Bounties should be put on the banned substance list.
I disagree heavily. Right? Why? Why? What's so bad about them?
Get stuck in your teeth. Tastes awful.
I think like the main reason why bounties are not enjoyed is because people are not refined gentlemen like me.
Wow.
It's an acquired taste.
Wow.
It's almost like caviar, you know? Like
Oh, yeah, because that tastes beautiful as
no
well.
one likes caviar, right? However, if you're a refined gentleman, you eat caviar. Caviar. If you like
Can't even
bounties.
say the word.
Yeah, bounties are elite, mate. So Optimum Nutrition, pit stop, please stock them because they are unreal. The Optimum Nutrition coconut bars, incredible.
I'm meeting the pit stop people next week or this weekend.
No,
Yeah,
you're meeting them before me.
yeah.
That's not fair.
They invited me. There was like, Josh, can you come up? We really want to meet you. I was like, oh, I'm busy. And they went, we'll pay you. I was like, oh, I'm there. I'm
That's
only joking. I'm going up to Scotland this weekend for the BNBF Scottish. So
you're
I'm
just
having
like,
you are?
are you actually going to go see them?
They're going to the show because
Oh,
Martin's a pit stop athlete as well. So
sick.
yeah, I'm going to meet him there.
Wicked. I like it, mate. I'm jealous. I want to meet him.
Oh, mate, I've got a lovely weekend in Scotland planned. Me and Annabella's going, so we're having like a couples retreat. We're going to stop over in Glasgow Saturday night, which has got a nice hotel, Dakota, our
Nice.
fave, and then head into the show, which is in a place called Perth, which I thought was in Australia, but turns out it's actually Scotland as well. So going to Perth. Then Annabella's going to St Andrews to see her sister, who's a little boffin and a student at the university there. And yeah, and then she'll come and pick me up, and then we'll have a nice 6-hour drive home, which I can't wait for.
6 hours.
Oh baby,
Who's driving?
Annabella's going to drive probably the first 2-3 hours, and then I'll do the rest.
Right. So you're still getting the short straw.
Oh mate, yeah. Look, I'm signed. You sign up for the short straw, don't you?
Yeah.
Who
you do.
drove home last night for you?
Me.
Yeah. Who drove down there the
Me.
other day? Yeah.
I enjoy driving though. In all honesty, I'd rather drive than not. To be
Okay.
honest. Yeah. Just because I can't really concentrate and do work when I'm driving it. Like if someone's driving and I'm on a laptop, I struggle.
Does your car have like lane assist?
No.
Right. So Annabella's does.
Is it good?
Yeah. So you put it in cruise control, lane assist, and you just have your hand on the steering wheel, and you basically don't have to do a great deal. And then it's got
Really?
adaptive cruise control as well, so
Mm.
it'll slow down if there's a car in front.
Yeah, my car definitely doesn't keep you safe like that.
Yeah. So I'm worried that I'm going to end up falling asleep, but then the car just keep going.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Oh, do you know what? As an online coach, having a Tesla would be fucking great, wouldn't it?
Mate.
Autopilot. Beep, go. Do check-ins at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be the dream. But, just got to keep working, bro.
Right.
Keep
Long
grinding.
podcast. We'll leave it there. It's been a pleasure,
Yep.
mate.
Sounds good. Okay, guys. If you want to snag yourself any lovely garms from Taylor Swift, use discount code BSB. Oh, I mean, All In Bodybuilding. All In will be making I'm not going to call it a comeback.
It's not even a comeback, mate. It's just
Not
like
a comeback. There's just things coming.
we're gonna be making some what's like when you have like an earthquake and then there's like the needle jumping around.
Yeah.
No?
We're gonna be
We're gonna be off the Richter
getting a
scale.
reading. Yeah, we're gonna get a reading on the Richter scale, kids.
That's it. That is it. Yes, if you want to get some discount on the finest bodybuilding garments in the game, you can use code BSB at the checkout. And until next time, people, thank you very much for listening. Catch you in the next one.